Hello everybody. Today I will be talking about opportunity cost. The formal definition for opportunity cost is the loss of potential gain from your next best alternative when one alternative is chosen. Let's use an example similar to the one talked about in class. Let's say you just graduated high school. In reality, there are many choices you can make. We will take two common choices just to simplify the example. One of the choices is going to university, and the assumed next best alternative is to get a job. If you choose to go to university, you're going to have to pay tuition. This will be different depending on location and program, but let's just assume around $40,000. Getting a job, on the other hand, you do not have to pay any tuition. So, after evaluating that aspect, the opportunity cost becomes $40,000. Let's look at the living situation. The cost per year for residents at the University of Alberta is around $15,000 per year. If you get a job, however, it is likely for you to rent your own living space. Assuming you live alone, the median rent for a one-bedroom apartment is around $1,000 a month. You're going to be living there all year round, so around $12,000 a year. Multiply that by 4 years to equate to the 4 years of schooling. In this case, if you were to choose the next best alternative, you would actually be saving $12,000. Assuming you cannot work during school, you would lose out on the pay you would get if you chose to get a job instead. Let's just say you work for minimum wage. This would equate to around $32,000 a year. Multiply that by 4 years would be $128,000. In total, the opportunity cost of going to university rather than getting a job would be $156,000. There are many other factors to consider, however. Things like your future after you graduate, what your salary will be, how much you enjoy your work-life balance, your potential for growth in your field. Some of these things are not as tangible as the things listed on the graph, but by the definition, you should consider them opportunity cost as well. To understand this concept a little better, I will provide some more examples of opportunity cost. So, should you spend more time studying math or physics? Because you only have limited time in a day, you can only study so much of each subject. So how do you know how much to study of each? This is where the production possibility frontier comes in. In this graph, you can see a line representing the most efficient time spent studying each subject. Each axis represents the grade boost you will get if you were to spend time studying that subject. If you choose anything below the line, you will be choosing an inefficient split of studying time. Whereas if you choose anything above the line, it will be impossible for your allocated time. Choosing any point on the line will maximize the grade boost received per time studying. So, for example, let's just say math is on the y-axis and physics is on the x-axis. If you want to boost your physics mark, but you don't care much about your math mark, you would choose something down here. Whereas, if you cared more about your math mark and not your physics mark, you would choose something up here. Usually, this is not the case. You likely care about both your math and physics mark. So that means you should choose something in between. Now, there are many different factors to choosing a point on this line, but this is a simpler demonstration of the production possibility frontier. So, opportunity cost can come in many different forms, whether intangible or tangible, easy to visualize or not. Even so, the case is that once you open a door, another one will close. The things that you gain from one choice will be weighed against the things that you lose from not taking the other choice, whether that be money, happiness, grades, or time.